What podcast reviewer 37 describes as an indiscriminate hellish ride that I would not wish on my worst enemy. The industry's elite have said time and again, man, fuck those guys. Get ready, if your ears had butts, they'd about to be fucked. Welcome to the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show.
Game Rage Therapy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Game Rage Therapy, the podcast.
Minus the fucking psychiatrist or psychologist to pay $300.
Now, with more, it's free and now includes more violence. Anyways, my name's Josh. I'm here today with good buddy Adam.
Greetings.
And today we're going to talk about the... I am just convinced that school is bullshit, like all the way around. The elementary school and the junior high school and the high school and the college is all bullshit. But before we get into that, you should go do something that's not bullshit, and that's go to GameRageMagazine.com. And you can hear the multitude of podcasts that we have available for your listening pleasure while you skip school and don't become a member of the fucking Matrix, man. Don't get caught up in the system, man. And you can do that by going to Instagram and TikTok and following us at Game Rage Magazine. Also Twitter/X Game Rage Mag. YouTube is the greatest way. You can probably see all of our stuff the easiest. You go there, Game Rage Magazine on YouTube. If you want to follow Adam, follow him at All Gas No Trash Official and go listen to the All Gas No Trash podcast, baby. It's really good. And if you want to listen to, if you like anime, if you're an anime-aholic, you can go listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast that Frank runs, and you can go listen to Frank or follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast. All right, so now that's out of the way. School. I am convinced. I know I talked about this the other week about Chloe going to school, and I feel like that this is the fucking like, it's like enrolling you in the system of a 9-to-5, right? Like it's literally preparing you to sit at a desk and live the rest of your life until you die working for the man, right? That's what it's indoctrinating you into. And now, this week was the first actual proper full week of school, and this week they had something that they refer to as quote-unquote homework. I refer to it as you making me do your fucking job. But this quote-unquote homework, that's encouraging you to basically do work for your job for free in the future. It's preparing you in the future to do work for free, to do give your work extra hours and not fucking get paid for it. That's what it's like setting up the mentality for. Because, I mean, think about it. You go there 8 to 5, right? Or whatever the fuck that, or 8 to fucking 2, or whatever the 7:30 to 2:30, or 2 o'clock. You're there, you're sitting at school, you're fucking doing work, okay? They've got you now in first grade on this fucking highly curated work schedule of 7:45 to 8 a.m. Math. From 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Language arts. 10 a.m. to blah, blah, blah. You get your 2 15s and a 30, okay? Like, you know, you get your fucking workplace level breaks. There's even a water cooler, aka the water fountain, all right? The water fountain is a fucking psyop to prepare you to wait in line orderly to get what? The basic sustenance of life, water. It's to make you fucking compliant to the man. Also, you know they have, you remember the noon duty like supervisors? They would be out there at lunch, and they weren't teachers, but they were like just assholes that they would be there from like at recess, and they'd be there at like lunch to like watch you, right? Or to make sure you weren't fucking killing each other or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Those people are the equivalent of useless middle management. Because they refer to them as supervisors now. That's what the kids have to refer to them as supervisors. And Chloe said, oh, my supervisor, she told me this the other day. Oh, my supervisor gave me some points. And I was like, what the fuck? You have a supervisor? Yeah. And I was like, you're in first fucking grade. Who's your supervisor? Like, what do they do? Oh, they, watch us at recess and lunch. I was like, oh, it's like the noon duty, whatever they call noon duty supervisor or whatever.
And I had to fill out a TPS report.
Yeah, and basically, and so those noon duty supervisors actually have no authority to do anything, but they can refer you to HR for disciplinary action, essentially. They don't actually do anything to you, but they're the ones, they're like that. It's like this weird mid-level fucking bureaucracy that exists. That's
like the security guard that has the taser, or he just basically calls the cops.
Yeah, but like in most places where in like most companies, there's like this weird mid-level management that doesn't actually really do anything, and they just refer all the big problems up higher. So like that's what the noon duty supervisor is. They're not actually a teacher. Like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just some random asshole that they got off of the street that passed a fingerprint check. And then they basically just tell the kids what to do. Hey, follow the rules. And then if you follow the rules, here's your fucking incentive to continue complying, citizen. Thank you.
Don't sexually harass other kids.
Yeah, don't fucking put your finger at each other's fucking noses, or I don't know, whatever the fuck they make them do.
Don't play with each other's dicks in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fucking. But that's what it is, and I am fully convinced now, one full week into Chloe's first grade, that school is bullshit.
I don't think so.
I think that, yeah, you need to learn some things, all right?
Yes.
Hold on. But the system by which they utilize the school is bullshit. I think, again, it is clearly designed to set you up to work a 9 to 5 till you fucking die.
Yes.
And we don't need that.
How else would you, fuck. Yeah.
I don't have the answer. I don't know what it is. All I know is this is bullshit, all right? I went through it. You went through it. And you know what? If anything, I want to do better so that my child doesn't have to do it. But I fucked up and didn't figure this out until now. So now now she's going to have to go through it because I won't get it changed in time.
I think the only way to prevent this standardized learning environment is avoided is if you were able to put your kid in private school, because I'm sure
Not even that. Not even that. That's the same shit. That is the same shit. It's just Jesus is involved. All right.
I'm not talking about Jesus fucking private schools. I'm talking about fucking some type of school. I don't know, the fucking Montessori, whatever bullshit they have for little kids and shit. Probably have Socratic seminars and like, what did you think? What did you make of the Civil War itself? What do you think the grounds for which the North started the war itself? Yes.
Yes, Theodore, I will say.
That type of setting where learning is just basically what you're interested in, or that it's not standardized or whatever. It's like people actually trying to learn shit without the consequences of getting a fucking F or getting reprimanded for not doing half the homeworks or even 8 out of 10 homeworks. I'm sure that environment exists, but it's not stuff that is permitted for us regular folks.
Yeah. I still have nightmares to this day. I'll wake up from every once in a while of like, oh God, I didn't turn in this fucking paper that was due, or I didn't turn in this thing. And I'm like, why do I fucking still why am I still traumatized from this fucking experience of going to school? I mean, listen, I hated school. I don't know about it. I don't know about you, but like I hated everything about school. Not everything. I hated most things about school.
I love lunch.
Lunch. Whenever when people ask, "Oh, what's your favorite subject?" Lunch. That was my go-to answer for many years.
Yeah.
And it's the truth, because you know what? That was fun. Everything else, bullshit. Fucking honestly, yes, I have some accountability, right? That I need to take accountability for. I've been a slave to the fucking system for too long, right? But part of that's on me, all right? But also, part of it's not on me. Part of it is the fucking programming that I went through for what? From 5 years old to fucking 18 years old. 13 years of programming in the public education system to fucking, oh, yeah, you just gotta work. You're not even doing the work for you. That's the other thing. It's already fucking your mentality. It's encouraging you to work hard so someone else can benefit. Because you don't benefit from any of this shit. The school benefit. They get paid money for you doing shit. Even those assholes that at fucking in high school when they win fucking championships for the baseball team, like most of those guys aren't fucking getting anything out of that. The school's getting all this extra shit out of it. Maybe 4 or 5 of them maybe get a shot to go play pro ball, but the rest of those assholes don't get anything. So it's encouraging you to do hard work for someone else. It's stifling creativity and it's stifling entrepreneurship.
I didn't like the people that were overachievers in high school.
Yeah, I didn't like those people
that were AP classes, all honors. Guys. I mean, I was that guy, but
yeah, you're a piece of shit. But that explains a lot.
There was this one person that was so over the top of being the do-gooder, stand-up citizen, and even I had my reservations about what they were doing, and it turned out it was a fucking crock of shit. There was this thing called the Invisible Children, and this person like wore shirts and trying to get funds for, I don't know what, I want to say it was Sudan, some children in Sudan or whatever. And it turned out the person that was raising this nonprofit, or the student that was trying to create funds for this nonprofit, the guy that created Invisible Children was a fucking fraud. So it was funny when that, I mean, it was after the fact of high school, after that time had passed, that this person ended up being a criminal.
That's pretty funny. So, but also, I will say this too: like those people, like you said, those do-gooders, those fucking like overachievers.
ASB is like student body.
You know, that's like the federal snitching program for high school kids. Like that's like you're a fed, bro. Like if you're in that program, you are a straight fed, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You're wearing a wire every day to school. You're fucking ratting everybody out.
It was the worst is that free speech, free thought when it came to things that were being discussed about like literature.
Yeah.
There was only really one right answer, like one standardized right answer.
Yeah.
But there really shouldn't be a standardized answer for how somebody interprets a book.
Right.
But because it has to have examinations revolve around it, there is one right answer for everything.
Yeah, and it's whatever the fuck the teacher decides is the right answer.
So it's like you couldn't really have discussion about a book the way you would want it to for 32 students to have different perspectives. Nobody really cares about that. It's like, I need to teach you about this book. Maybe it's To Kill a Mockingbird. What are the main points? Let's fucking do a test. And that's the end of it. As opposed to just like really enjoying the book for what it is.
Yeah.
And maybe you have your own interpretation. Because what kind of insight, like I mean, dude, it's like one of the luxuries of being a kid is everything's new to you. And as a teacher, it should be fucking one of the positives of being a teacher is that amongst all the students that you have come through generation, somebody might not have the same perspective about a book that somebody 10 years ago or 10 years ahead is. They probably don't have the same perspective about To Kill a Mockingbird, and you kill that all together because you have standardized testing.
Yeah, true. It's
so free thought altogether is just kind of eliminated, I suppose.
Yeah. It stifles that free thought and it punishes creativity essentially. Because it's like, no, you need to just quit thinking and fall in line and just do what you're told. That's what it's breeding.
I almost also failed art class. I don't know how you failed that, but my shit was so awful. Like the teacher, I think I got like a C- or some shit.
But listen, I think I did too when I fucking took art. I think I got like I barely passed. I got like a 70% on the dot. And I'm like, listen, this isn't what you think is art, but isn't that the whole point of art? Art is anything. How are you going to tell me what I did's not art? It's not art enough. Go fuck yourself. It's maybe not art to you, but I'm not making this. It's like that saying, I make my art for those who get it, not those who don't, right? That's what it is. How are you going to have a class teaching me what art is? You can't teach somebody what art is. It just is what it is. And really, there is not such a thing as, well, oh, that's not art. Oh, what? This dude drew a thing. Okay, yeah, that's his art. That's art, man. Doesn't matter what the fuck you're saying. Like, this guy wrote a poem. That's art. All right?
I remember, I think, one assignment where we had to create a color wheel, which is like red, green, blue, like everything on a circle. And I don't know if I didn't do it right, but that was one of the things I got dinged for.
Yeah, well, I did the same thing. Okay, so I kind of remember that. It was, you had to make a color wheel, but they didn't specify. They just said, they didn't define what color wheel was. So I drew it in black and white, which basically it's just grayscale, right? So I said, well, it's because I didn't want to fucking have to get a bunch of fucking whatever colored markers or pencils or whatever the fuck we were using to draw this thing. I didn't want it to have like 18 different fucking colors on there. So I just did varying shades of black all the way to white. Like, so I got a 0 on that. And I was like, well, you just told me to make a color wheel. You didn't say what colors I had to use. That is punishing free thought. That's punishing creative thinking. Because even though I was creatively thinking outside of the box because I was lazy and wanted to do the least amount of work possible, I still completed the objective. It doesn't matter what steps you took to get there. The objective was completed. So it's like the fuck, man. Listen, I got in trouble a lot when I was in school. Pretty much every school I've been to, I was kicked out of at some point. But when I was at some private school, I literally got told that I plagiarized math.
Plagiarized math?
Like, I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, well, you plagiarized this. From what? Oh, on the internet. I found it online. You gave me the math problem to solve and wanted me to show my work, so I did that. Yeah, but you plagiarized. Well, what's everybody else's answer? Isn't it the exact same fucking answer? Because I got the question right. Isn't everybody's answer the exact same? Yeah, but you plagiarized it. How? How do you prove that? Are you just making shit up? And I literally made this lady fucking cry. This teacher fucking cried because I was questioning how someone could plagiarize fucking math. And so much to the point that other teachers came in the room and they were like, oh, is everything okay here? And I was like, no, it's not okay. She's saying, shut up, Ginger. We're not talking to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, I mean, I did make a smart ass comment because she was Canadian, and I was like, well, at least I'm fucking American. Like, I mean, I did make a shitty comment. That probably is what got me fucking in the deepest end.
Yeah.
And then when I was called into the principal's office, I had said that maybe I should call the immigration service to make sure her papers are all correct. And like that, okay, that was tough. But she's Canadian, so it wasn't offensive because, you know, Canadians don't get offended by shit like that. So it was good. Oh, it was funny.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah. My art.
Yeah, my art. Sarcasm.
Sarcasm and fucking bullshittery.
My witchcraft.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, schools, yes, education is necessary, but the way in which we educate is bullshit.
The best way to do it is just from the day that you're born, you get to fuck around for as long as you want, right?
Yeah.
As a kid. And then at some point, if people, I don't even know how it would work, but basically, let's say when you're more cognitive at age 9 or 10,
yeah,
and you find a few things that you like, that people just steer you in that way, and you just get you surround teachers around that field or that interest, that point of interest. So if it's like science, you're like, fuck man, I'm always spending my time looking at flowers or bugs and shit. I'm interested in this. You either voluntarily go seek out that school of thought or whatever, that school of interest to you, or the people come out and find you, like the teachers are assigned to you, so that just becomes your special thing, I suppose. Like that'd be cool, because then you're just surrounded by things that you actually enjoy, as opposed to standardized learning where you learn across 6 different subjects, but you really don't give a shit about. This is just something that you have to get through. as opposed to learning about one subject and just being an expert. And who the fuck knows? Maybe you end up finding the cure for fucking cancer as a result.
Yeah, maybe, dude. There was a guy a kid that I went to elementary, like I think it was 3rd grade, and this kid, fucking ironically, his name was also Adam, but this kid was like ADD to the extreme, like insane. But this dude was like a savant at math, like just blew everybody away in math, but could not sit to do like anything, like would just lose his fucking mind about doing any other shit.
Yeah.
But math, dude, you gave him some math and he would sit there and just be like, fuck yeah, I got this. And he would just, well, I think he eventually like flunked out of school because he couldn't do like, he just couldn't, he didn't have the attention span to do other stuff. But this guy could have maybe like reinvented nuclear fucking fission or some shit with the level of math that he could fucking do.
Yeah.
So it's like those guys, and honestly, it's very sad, but like, I think he's homeless. Like, I think I've seen him around, like, cause he's a very, what's the word? He's a very distinct, like if like I'm ginger, right? Like this dude's not ginger, but like he had some features that were very unique that like, you know, it's got to be this dude. He kind of looks like him a little bit from what I remember. So I'm like, oh man, I wonder if this is that guy. And I've seen him around. And every time I try to fucking be like, I just want to yell out his name just to see if he reacts or if he turns around, and I'll be like, oh shit, it is him. And then be like, hey man, you want to come on a Pretty Alright podcast about interviews? But yeah, I haven't. Every time I see him, I try to go fucking drive back around and then he disappears into like the fucking homeless tunnels or some shit. I don't know. But either way, that's like the system failing you. If that really is that dude, that's the system failing you. Like you had a talent, but like you were punished because you couldn't sit still.
You can't fathom the other shit.
Yeah, and it's like, nah, you should have just been put in a program where all you do is math. Hey man, this kid sucks at everything else. Cool. Let's give him minimal basics on the other stuff for like a minimal amount of time, and then let's just do all this crazy. Let's see how yoked up we can get this kid in math. Let's see if by 6th grade we can have him doing fucking trigonometry or calculus or some shit, or or fucking algebra 2 or whatever. I don't know the fucking order in which maths go, but let's see if we can get this dude doing fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson level shit, all right? Fucking theoretical physics by the time he's in high school. You know what that is? That's a lack of creativity on the fucking people who are in charge of these schools. To fucking make that your answer of like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just get rid of this guy. You're wasting talent.
It's also easier to have everybody on the same page, whether some are above or some are below the average. That everybody's just on the same page, and that's kind of to the detriment of the students themselves that could probably learn a little bit faster or pick up things quicker. They're being slowed down by those people, and the people that need more work, they're taking away time from other students that that also need help. It's like they need more help. So it's like they should organize schools by the pace in which
like skill
people
levels.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, dude? Holy shit! I just figured out the way to solve this. You institute a Call of Duty matchmaking system, but for education.
For kids.
For children.
And they shoot each other. We give them
machine guns. And then we fucking let them go at each other. And then, okay, cool. Now we know what skill level you're at.
We know you can hold automatic weapons.
Yeah. And then we make them child soldiers. And that's really where we make the big bucks.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, if you can make an advanced algorithm for matchmaking for fucking video games, why couldn't you apply that same concept to education and say, cool, we give everyone a test, like a baseline test, and then once we figure out what matchmaking level you're at, we put you in the class with all the other kids that are at your same matchmaking level or within a couple levels of each other, and then you got the kids that are all like at like prestige level day one of the game. Okay, cool. Like those kids are going to go in a special class. And then every year you just keep retesting them to make sure you're matched. Because if you fuck up a couple matches, you fuck up a couple things, you go down a little bit, maybe go up a little bit,
Then you give them a battle pass.
So that's what we do. We get the parents to subscribe to the battle pass. So then you get extra education for $29.99. And then you can fucking, and then we could have just a bunch of DLC shit you can do. You have extra map packs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'd be interesting. The only part is, it's like, how do you even begin to come up with the questions that could weed people out to find out where they belong?
Listen, that's all for people that are much smarter than us, all right? We got the ball rolling, all right? Now it's up to them to fucking figure it out, okay? We gave you the idea. Now you figure out how to implement it, all right?
Yeah.
But I do think that's a legitimate fucking thing that, like, why can't you just do matchmaking? Like, we do it in fucking Call of Duty every single day. Mm-hmm. They do it millions of times a day.
Yeah, imagine if they just threw out grades. They just threw out grades altogether so that you don't feel stupid.
Right, yeah.
If you're being held back, but it's just like, this is where you're at. So we're going to throw these things at you because we know you can handle it, but we're not going to give you more than you can handle.
Yeah. Oh, and then that's the other thing too. They have daily or weekly progress reports for like their behavior and stuff like that. Yeah, it's weekly for their behavior, and then like things at school, right? And like education stuff. And I'm like, bro, what happened to like your quarterly? Well, again, it's corporate. It's your quarterly eval. Now you got a weekly eval, and then you get a quarterly. Well, do they do quarters? I think they do trimesters in first grade. So you have a trimester, every 3 months you get a fucking like your yearly evaluation or whatever every 3 months. And then they go over everything, and then they tell you that you need to work more overtime, and you're not fucking, you're not completing as many projects as Billy over here, and you're costing revenue for the company, all that bullshit.
You need to cut out the absences.
Yeah, you're calling off too much. I mean, the only reason they give a shit is because that's how they get paid.
Yeah.
So, which is insane. Fucking insane. God, I hate school, man. I think
this has nothing to do with you.
What?
This has nothing to do with you, and you're like getting all riled up.
It has everything to do with me.
It only has to do with your daughter.
Yeah, well, she's my genetic spawn, so therefore it technically does have to do with me.
Somewhat, but by indirect means.
Oh no, directly. I have to deal with her. I go pick her up from school. I gotta talk to these stupid ass teachers. I gotta fucking deal with their nonsense of fucking school. Whatever. Katie fucking works at the school, so I can't fucking. She's part of the problem, all right? She's part of the system too. Damn. I'm alone. I'm alone. I'm going to be the only one taking the red pill to get out of the school industrial complex.
All right. What else do you have to add about that?
Nothing. In closing, I really think that fucking like matchmaking battle pass system is the way to go. With all these fucking kids, you make it like Fortnite. I don't know.
Yeah. You get into Mensa at some point when you hit the...
That's prestige level
50 mark.
Yeah.
You get into Mensa and you get $1 million awarded to you to do research about whatever the fuck you want, so that you can innovate for the United States of America and kill 30,000 Middle Easterners.
30,000 non-Americans. Okay, let's be politically correct. Let's call them what they are. They're non-Americans. Okay.
For a $500,000, perhaps $1 million salary annually.
Yeah. I'd do it. I mean, if I'm not too stupid to do that, but
some fucking Goodwill Hunting bullshit.
Yeah. Listen, I'm an idea guy. I mean, we're not numbers guys here, right? We're like ideas guys here, all right? We just come up with the basic idea, and then you figure out how it works, all right?
So you mentioned you had something personal happen to you.
Well,
only the part. Yeah.
This is what I'll say. I will say that I'm not going to say where or what what happened. Or I mean, I'll say kind of what happened, but like I'm not going to say where or what place that I worked for that this happened at.
As vague as possible as you can get with also being descriptive. So, okay. So there, I do want to say, that when like your job doesn't give a fuck about you at all. Your job gives zero fucks about you. Which is why you should do the bare minimum.
Yeah, so I do the bare minimum, exactly. But I have seen situations and been involved in situations where tragic things have happened, okay, at a workplace. And essentially the regime's response was, oh yeah, this happened. But hey guys, we got to fill this schedule here. So now that this person's dead, it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is their position gets filled. So why don't you guys want to work some fucking overtime or cover these shifts? Do it, and then say it in a way of like, do it for this person. Like, that is just fucking disgusting.
Do
man.
it for the family.
That is fucking disgusting. I cannot abide that in any way whatsoever. And then essentially to also, kind of like right after a tragic thing happens, to basically like come and talk to the people, but not come to talk to them who were affected by it. You're gonna come talk to the next shift who wasn't even affected by this thing. You're gonna come talk to them and tell them all about it and give them all the details and offer them resources. And they're like, well, we didn't even know any of these people that were involved in this, or we didn't even know anything. We weren't even here for this shit. We don't even know. So it fucking makes no sense as to why people would do these things. But anyways, to come in and then be like, oh, how did it go? How did your shift go? Oh, you mean after we found out this tragic event happened? Oh, it went fucking horrible. How the fuck do you think it went, you idiot? Why the fuck are you asking me these stupid ass questions? Why don't you fucking turn back around and go up to your ivory fucking tower? How about that? And fucking just leave us alone and let us fucking suffer in the dirt down here. And like, it's a complete and utter lack of empathy. And I'm not saying like you got to be a bitch or anything like that, but what I'm saying is like here with Game Rage magazine, like I'm telling you right now, man, if there was some sort of tragic event, hey, I do not give a shit about what's going on, about what's happening, what's due, what's not due. Hey, if we have some major tragic event that takes place to someone that works with us or someone that works for us or someone that's part of our team, full stop, we're stopping everything that's going on and we're going to fucking take care of that person or do whatever we can to help their family. And anybody who's friends with them that works with us or is knows they're affected by it, hey, take the day. Take a couple of days. This shit can wait. There's one thing that I've learned in my whole time, and that's, again, part of the reason starting this thing is that we like time is the one resource that you can never get back, right? Time is is a finite resource that we spend, and as unfortunate as it is, most of us have to spend a lot of our time working for someone else so we can pay our bills and do the shit we can survive, right? We have to spend that time doing shit for others to make someone else a bunch of money, right? That's kind of like the generic thing. The least they could do is have a little empathy if something fucking happened. If something tragic took place. If there was an event that happened that was out of everyone's control, the least they could do is say, hey, you know what, guys, don't worry about shit. We'll get it figured out here. Get yourself, take care of yourselves, right? Now, granted, people don't even generally get that. They get maybe an email if they're lucky. If they're fucking lucky. And it just further solidifies the fact that not everyone is like this. Not every workplace is like this. I strive for us when we get to the point where we have people working for us, that I don't look at it. You're not working for us. You're working with us, right? We're hiring you to work with us, not basically be our slave. Yeah, maybe Ruben will probably be like a slave, but like that's whatever. That's a different story. That's because he's Ruben.
I also don't know about the family thing. I don't even know if that should even be brought up.
I agree. I don't think it should either.
Because it should be.
Because we're not. Like, I'm just being honest. Like,
yeah. Because it's like there's an objective. If you're invested in it, whatever, fuck, that's cool. But if you just want to get paid, fuck, man, more power to you.
I'm totally cool with that. I don't hold it against anybody if they don't want to fuck. Yeah, sure. Listen, we also fucking don't like interact. We hate people. So like, I mean, we're not going to be doing fucking weekly meetings and weekly fucking shit. No, man, go get your shit done and fucking send it to me when you're done with it. Whatever you're doing, whatever I got you doing, just fucking do it. I don't need to fucking see you.
Yeah.
So, but at the same token, yeah, I'm not going to be an asshole if something crazy happens and Oh, sorry. Well, you got. I need you to get your job done because that's the most important thing. No, it's not the most important thing. That is like the least important fucking thing. And there's a lot of people that work in middle management of organizations that have this unrealistic expectation that this, whatever job it is your entire life. That you are at their beck and call. I'm sorry, but you only pay me 40 hours a week.
That's all you get
That's all you fucking get out of me. You get the 40 hours that I'm obligated to do and that you're obligated to give me, and that's it. That's all you fucking get. I'm not coming in on my day off. I'm not fucking coming in. I'm not doing fucking extra shit for free. Nope, none of that. None of that. You are going to get what you pay for. And you're going to get how you treat me. And if you treat me like I'm just a number on a spreadsheet, then I'm going to act like I'm a number on a fucking spreadsheet. And that's what you're going to get. So I think that there is a severe plague, and that's what I'm going to call it, because that's what it is. There's a plague of poor leadership in the world today. And I'm not trying to like get political or anything, but if you did want to be political, go listen to No Party Preference, our politics podcast. But I'm talking about like in the corporate world, at any job, there is a severe plague of poor leadership. And that's sort of the root cause of all this, I think. It's just people being shitty leaders, and that mentality of that boomer mentality is gone. That does not exist anymore, or it shouldn't. Oh, you need to go work hard so that you can, do this and do that. Hey, listen, man, that may have been cool for you back in the fucking 60s or 70s or 80s or 90s, but here in the 2020s, man, I got to work 3 jobs to fucking afford to live. So how could I give one job all of my time? You're not paying me like I'm giving you all of my time. So you're not going to get all my time. It just sucks, man. It just sucks all the way around. And I just wish that people who were in these positions, and not everyone's like this everywhere, I'd be making a generalization, but there's a lot of people that don't know how to lead, and they don't know how to treat you as a person, and they only know how to treat you as an employee, basically. And that's a fucking goddamn shame. So, listen, man, I mean, when they fuck my order up at McDonald's, yeah, that shit sucks, but like, it's not their fault.
Yeah, there's a million things that can go wrong.
Their manager probably treats them like fucking shit.
Fucking burned the burgers by accident because something wasn't kept track of, or shit, man. Maybe the person that was working had a bad day and they just didn't give a shit. And
could have been.
But that's hard to see when you're ordering your food and you want it within 5 minutes and you're just like, fuck, man, it's missing my goddamn pickles. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. It's difficult. But I think everybody could learn from just like, hey, man, just take a step back. Don't necessarily treat your people like they're fucking employees. Treat them how like you would want to be treated. Because I know that the way I've been treated at some of these places, I know that this person who's treating us this way would not appreciate if they were treated this way should the roles be reversed.
That shit is weak because it's like if you start off that way, you make it known that you're going to draw the line about what you're willing to do for the company. If it's not, I mean, you get paid 40 hours a week, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
But you say that up front, fired.
Oh, yeah. Or they try to push you out.
Or they're like, all right, this motherfucker doesn't want to do, it doesn't look like he wants to do extra work. We're going to find a way to make him quit. So we'll put more fucking work within the 40 hours that he has to do. Yeah. Some stupid bullshit like that.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. So I don't know, man. Fuck everybody. Fuck corporations. Fuck shit. Fuck all this shit, man. It's gotten to this point where I haven't been satisfied with working for other people. That's why I finally fucking just did this with the help of you and Frank, obviously. Because obviously I couldn't do it without you guys. But
excuse me, I'm not helping you because you're making it sound like you're just like the all the other people you're talking about. I'm an equal partner in what you're doing.
That's what I said. I couldn't do it without you guys.
Yes, but you said help. Help you.
Oh, well, I guess I didn't mean it like that. What I'm saying is you guys are, okay, sure, I'll say that. Yeah, we're all three equal partners in this. And I don't think it would work if one of the pieces was missing, right? It wouldn't be what it is, whatever the current configuration is. It would be different. And that was my motivation to get this thing going, was so that maybe one day I don't have to work for someone else.
Yeah.
And I don't have to fucking I don't know. It's like, you know, when you like fucking, like you have a blindfold on with like two little pinholes in it and then you can't see shit, but you can see a little bit. And then you take it off and you're like, holy shit, look at all this I've been missing.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of a thing. And once the blindfold was removed, I can't put it back on now. And it's like, this is it. This is going to work. This has to be something, because I can't keep doing this shit. I can't keep doing it. Well, not this. I mean, like the regular fucking corporate bullshit. I can't keep doing it.
I think most people can't.
I don't think they can't. You're right. I don't think they can either. But the problem is you get sucked in the matrix or whatever. You get sucked into the system and you're like, fuck, you don't see a way out. You don't see a way to get out of it. And yeah, it sucks that like not everyone can just go off and do what they want and do what they're passionate about for a living. But at the same token, anybody can go out and do what they want.
It's just hard because
it's difficult. It's a hard road.
Because the hard part is even finding time for yourself to do the one thing that you want to do. If it's
right.
monetarily motivated, I mean, shit. That's also a problem I think people have, is that finding the motivation, and motivation doesn't even last that long, because you could be motivated 1 week and then the next week I'm not that motivated.
Yeah.
I ate too many burgers and I just don't feel like doing it, or whatever bullshit excuse. Like, you need to be diligent about whatever thing you care about.
Yeah.
And spend 1 hour. Like, that's how you get started. That's how you get started. But because of how deep the programming is, most people don't want, because they'll say, I got a weekend and all I really want to do is just sit on the couch and fucking get junk food and eat it on the weekend and settle for that, because that's what makes me feel good.
Yeah.
As opposed to having probably complete freedom if they spend 1 hour every week working towards some type of dream or some type of goal. If it's something like this, like a podcast or maybe starting their own personal business, it's committing like 1 hour. But it's like, just getting started is fucking difficult.
It's the hardest part.
Yeah.
And maintaining the momentum or the discipline once you get it is even harder than starting. And shit, man, like we've sat here, we've been recording 3 nights a week for what?
A year.
A year? Almost. So, I mean, I haven't, and we record no matter what. It's like, we make the time. And that's the problem is, listen, I don't fucking have the time to do this shit. But guess what? I do have the time, because I have to make the time. Because instead of sitting here playing Call of Duty for fucking 18 hours or, well, let's see, 6. We do 6 episodes. So 5 hours a night we're sitting here recording shit. I could have played 15 hours of Call of Duty that week or whatever fucking video game and sat there and fucking jerked myself off or whatever. But instead I chose to do this instead of doing that. Because I have a whole life that I have to deal with on top of all this shit. But who cares? I'm willing to do that. Because fuck, I don't get anything. I can't get out of the matrix by sitting here playing Call of Duty all night. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you want to get out of the matrix, that's what you gotta fucking do.
Yeah.
So
it's making a choice not to be like everybody else.
Yeah, basically.
Which is fucking hard.
It's very hard because it's so easy to just be like everyone else.
And it's also easy to be criticized for not making a heap of progress or whatever, because then everybody's like, oh, I was right about you. You didn't make it this far. Or, oh, your little podcast or your little thing, your little business. Oh, you only made $500? Well, fuck, it's $500 more that I made than you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, you're not gonna get to the goal that you want to within fucking 3-5 years. Maybe it's even fucking 10, dude.
Yeah.
But that minute progress is more than most people.
That it is.
And it's fucking hard to even do. It's hard to do that from fucking day one and even start. So
Yeah.
I don't blame people for not wanting to do it, but at the same token, man, you can create your own freedom.
That's a true fucking story. Anyways, fuck. You got anything else to add on this?
No.
All right. Well, fuck, man. That got real fucking. That got real. Anyways, if you want to listen to the rest of our shit, go to GameRageMagazine.com. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube Game Rage Magazine. You can also go follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on the Instagram, and you can follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast, and you can listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast. That looks like it'll do it for us. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.
This has been the Butt Fuck Nowhere Show. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, subscribe and like on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Also on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Also visit our website, www.GameRageMagazine.com, for a host of other podcasts and more. Thanks for listening.